So a very good morning to all the viewers who are watching my video at present. So I am from the team of Miss Anaya. So in this video we'll be having a clear discussion regarding a North Pole for science and technology. So here why North Pole has been mentioned, what are the different ideas which has been formulated by the late Director General of Science and Research Technology, and everything will be noting down, everything will be having a clear study regarding how actually the science and technology evaluating the new present scenario of our living. तो जैसे कि हम जानते हैं साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी जो कि विज्ञान जो कि है अ, क्या करता है यूजुअली, ये जो कि साइंस है वो एक्सपेरिमेंट के दौरान कौन कौन सा आविष्कार करते हैं जिसके वजह से हर एक का फायदा होता है, जिसके वजह से हर एक का टाइम सिंप्लीफिकेशन हो जाता है, काम सिंप्लीफिकेशन हो जाता है, हर एक चीज में कुछ टाइम बॉन्ड में जो कि होता है वो वेरी लेस टाइम में हो जाता है. दैट इज व्हाट साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी इज ऑल अबाउट एंड हाउ effectively we use that science and technology to produce lot of new generation kids who usually evolve themselves, who usually inculcate themselves in the new formation of science and टी और साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. सो हियर नॉर्थ पोल क्यों यूजुअली मेंशन किया है, क्योंकि जैसे कि हम जानते हैं हर एक चीज का एक इम्पोर्टेंस रहता है. अगर उस चीज का इम्पोर्टेंस कब तक चलेगा, जैसे कि हम जानते हैं एक जैसे कि लेट मी टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ मोबाइल फोन. ठीक है, अगर हम एक मोबाइल फोन का एग्जांपल लेते हैं, वो एक साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी का एक बहुत ही बड़ा बहुत ही बड़ा आविष्कार है जो कि हर एक बच्चे से लेकर बूढ़े जो कि ओल्ड एज होम में जो रहते हैं, या फिर वी कैन से दैट दोज whose age is more than 80, they are also using this Android sets और Android मोबाइल फोन्स. ठीक है, तो अगर मोबाइल फोन्स का अगर जो कि एफिशिएंसी कम हो जाएगा, उसका काम जो कि कम हो जाएगा, तो फिर डेफिनेटली हम क्या करते हैं, उसको फेंक देते हैं, नहीं तो किसी को भी दे देते हैं, नहीं तो क्या नहीं तो क्या करते हैं, उसको रख देते हैं और नया मोबाइल खरीद देते हैं. तो दिस इज हाउ द यूटिलिटी इज कम्स इनटू माइंड. ठीक है, तो यूटिलिटी का मतलब यही है कि जब तक वो चीज आएगा फायदे में हमारा, तब तक ही हम यूज करेंगे, उसके बाद हम छोड़ देंगे. बेस्ट एग्जांपल मोबाइल फोन. और आशा करता हूँ कि आप सब रेफर कर सकते हो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एग्जांपल के साथ, बट दिस इज हाउ द evolution of science and technology is placing a vital role in the present scenario of 21st century. So these things only will be having a clear discussion, and I hope you will definitely enjoy the session. So I really sorry for that, and these points are really appreciable, but there are certain points which I usually missed, and I will be writing it down itself here, and I hope it will definitely helpful for you, and I hope it will definitely gives a perfect a perfect impression regarding how actually the issues are being. First is the issues, or we can say that the refer number point, we can say that it is number point number 4. Okay, point number 5, this point number 6, and point number 7. ठीक है, तो हर एक पॉइंट का हम अब डिस्कस करेंगे, जो कि ताकि आपका आपका भी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बहुत अच्छी तरह हो सके. तो पहला है एजेंट ऑफ चेंज इन एसएनटी और साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. तो इधर दिया है कि एडिटल पेज में द नॉर्थ पोल ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, वी कैन से दैट द वर्क एंड कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ वाई सॉरी now you demonstrate how scientist and technology can be agent of change. So agent of change कौन कौन होता है, स्टूडेंट्स हो सकते हैं, नॉट ओनली द साइंटिस्ट बट आल्सो स्टूडेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं, एक कॉमन मैन भी हो सकता है. व्हाई कैन नॉट ए प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैन बी द agent of science and technology. So everyone who has knowledge, everyone who has efficiency, everyone who has utility to do something, utility to contribute in the field of science and technology, so those all are agents of science and technology. So that's the reason why I usually wants to say you about who are the agents actually. And this is how the agent of science and technology is being evaluated for the last historical perspective, if I say that. So from the last historical perspective itself, it has been changing, and it has been an agent for the science and technology. So if we discuss about the examples of how the technology has been evolved, so definitely I will be saying about the past history of Egyptian, Mesopotamian, Greek, Indus Valley civilization. So from there itself, we are been crafting, we are been good in architecture, we are been good in planning. So we are been good in very good drainage systems from the Indus Valley civilization, from the we can say that Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization, we can even say that. So those all are gives a perfect information, perfect idea about how planning and construction is been done in the very past history. So this is the agents. So these are the agents. These agents are not the scientists. I used to pointify that also. So the key feature of the journey has to accumulation of continuous knowledge, and we can say that immense knowledge with a higher standard of living with the help of science and technology. So this is how the first outlook is been. So this is how the first terminology which has been mentioned here. So that's the reason why what agent must be inculcated, what agent must be there, that such that the philosophy of the philosophy and idea of the scientist, or the person who has contributed a lot of work in the field of leather, in the field of industries, in the field of artificial intelligence, or any other field. So definitely we should have to give a specified interest, specified contribution, specified knowledge, as well as specified acknowledgement to their work which they have done. So this is how the first number point, which, or we can say that this para usually says about. ओके, सो देन आफ्टर टेक्नोलॉजी एनिमल, कौन बोलते हैं, किसको बोलते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी का एनिमल? वो है ह्यूमन बीइंग, सिंपल वर्ड्स में, क्योंकि we are hindering, we are looking for new tools to be implemented, we are hindering for such a thing that it will definitely helpful to someone, it will definitely helpful to some other. So this is how the technology animal is been evaluated, this is how the technology should be evaluated, with respect to what? With respect to the way they usually form new things, with respect to the way they usually create new things with the old things. So that's the reason why we are here, that they are called technology animal. Who are called technology animal? The human beings who are creating a lot of immense, lot of we can say that lot of lot of highlightments in the present scenario of 21st century. The scientists, the engineers, we can even say that not only the scientist, the engineer, the medical practitioners who are creating vaccines, so those are also science and technology animals. Okay, so this is what I usually want to say you in the second number point. Sorry. So looking at it as a public good, so what is public good here? So here I usually created a point based upon public good. So what is public good or goods? Or we can say that every science and technology, and how it is usually helpful to the peoples, how it usually helpful to the uh, citizens. But what are the implications? Definitely I will be giving example of lot of things we are using in present scenario. So this is how the public good usually comes about. So this is all about EV, you can say that electronic vehicles. Then after artificial intelligence, you has been created a lot of immense craze, machine learning technology. So these things usually comes in the third number point, not much important, I even say that. So then after issues and value interest. So issues and value interest, just like how much we are concerned about the technology, and how the Dr. Y. Vanna Naidu's view of changing the science and technology, how actually the science and technology to be adapted to the people, or people should adapt them. So these value creation, value uh, value utilization, I can say, and how actually we usually demonstrate different things with respect to the values which are been created, or the interest which is been generated. This is what with respect to the humanitarian, with respect to the citizens, with respect to the evolution of their minds. Okay, I can even say that uh, according to the views which has been formulated by the late General Director of Council of Science and Industrial Research, and is also the Director of Central Leather Research Institute, Chennai. Okay, so these must be kept in mind. Okay, so the issues and the values. Then after reshaping leather industry. So reshaping leather industry, just like how leather has been evoluted from the animals, how killing of animals usually plays a very vital role in respect to the creation of new things. So why cannot we go for artificials? Why cannot we go for man-made? So this all comes into our mind when it usually clears a barrier and restriction about the ideas formulated by uh, Dr. Naidu, Dr. Uh, Nayudamma. Okay, sorry for the wrong pronunciation if so. So this is how the reshaping leather industry. So definitely he might be playing a very vital role in that. So value guides the choice of technology. The focal value guiding people across the globe are materialism, and we can even say, okay, here it has been written, sorry, materialism and consumption, the unbridled pursuit of such ends does not help people living in the peace with them. So this is what it has been said by Dr. Vayanamma Nayudamma. Okay, so this is the science and technology should enable development, and it is harmony with the nature. Okay, so this is the ideas of how he used to reshape the industry or leather industry. So then after sixth number point, which is usually mentioned here, so programs and threats. So here programs and threats with respect to everything is been referred to what? Government, right? Whatever thing it has been done with respect to the scientists, definitely it will be governed with the policies, governed with the implementation of schemes with the government itself. So this is just opposite of how prime minister usually thinks about. So he said that if woman has a bank account, she would be treatedly different with respect to the family. Okay, which usually helps. So this is how the women's perspective has been mentioned here, and what are the different schemes like PMJDY has been prescribed by the National Mission for the Finance and Inclusion Comparison and granted approach to bring about the comprehensive financial inclusion to all shareholders in the country. So self-reliance is the was the core of Dr. Vaidama's philosophy. He was option in the colonial past in the Western training, orientation and education. So self-reliance, everyone should be self-reliance. Everyone, I even say that, because unless and until you become self, or we can say that self-dependent, definitely you will get an idea about how to live in the society, how to stay in the society, how to give a competition to the fellow mates, right? So those all comes under self-reliance, and how actually the PM JDY differs with the views and ideas of Nayudamma. Okay, so nationalism is a positive force. So family believes that the individual flourish is our best only in the scenes of community participation and in environment of a collective endeavor such as ecosystem, in which best provided when we are guided by the spirit of nationalism. Nationalism, according to the accordingly, is a positive force for ensuring the rapid progress of our nation. Definitely it is right, nationalism is a positive force, right? It is actually a positive force. Okay, so here it has been written, nationalism accordingly is a positive force for ensuring the rapid progress of nation by releasing the full potential of every individual. Okay, it is not negative factor as being sorted out the propaganda by some. So this is how the ideas or nationalism is a positive force which usually been mentioned or which has been formulated by the by the late director general of the Council of Science and Industrial Research. So this is all about today's Airtel analysis. I hope you have enjoyed the session regarding this. आशा करता हूँ कि आपको समझ आ गया होगा एजेंट्स कौन होते हैं और डिफरेंट आइडियाज जो कि फॉर्मुलेट हुआ है उन सभी के बारे में हम इस वीडियो में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. सो लेट मी एंड द वीडियो हियर itself and thank you for watching my video. Thanks a lot.